Hey guys, sorry that this monthly manis is going up a little late this month. I just, whatever. I have no excuse. It's just up late and it's fine. It's still up and that's all that matters. So I don't want to talk that much because we have a lot we need to get through. It's obviously for the month of October, which is Halloween month, and looking at my manis here, other than like a few glitters, the only colors I used were white, black, green, purple, and orange. So I did like, Halloween manis all month long, or at least Halloween colors. So for the first mani, I used polishes from Colors de Carol, which I have in a Halloween haul, so I'll link that below in case you missed it. So what I did on all of my fingers but my ring finger, I used Dark Skull, which is a really dark charcoal gray holographic. The holographic comes through very, very nicely on this polish. Really nice. And then on my ring finger, I used Cursed Cat, which is this gorgeous royal purple holographic. Also a very nice hollow effect on this one as well. Then on my ring finger, or for my accent nail, I used this glitter called Frightful Fairy. And in here we've got purple iridescent squares, we've got orange and gold hexes, there's black triangles and black skulls. So just a really nice Halloween glitter. So I used this on my accent nail. And then on the rest of my fingers, I used some chevron nail vinyls. I used the smaller ones and I put them on, kind of like sideways. So they're kind of like a not crisscross, but like a diagonal pattern. And then on one of my fingers, on my pointer finger, I used Cursed Cat again on top of that. And then on the other two fingers, I used Wicked Pumpkin, which is kind of like a pumpkin burnt orange hollow polish, but the hollow on this one doesn't come through as strongly. My next mani, I also used some more polishes from that I showed in my Halloween haul. So I used the Bonitas and another Colors de Carol polish. So I started on all of my fingers. I painted Dying to Party on my nails from Bonita, and this is just a nice like off-white kind of shade with some silver shimmer in it. And on my accent nail, then I used a curly glitter mix from Colors de Carol, which is called Sweet and Spooky. So it's a white curly base with, oh, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Or there's all orange, black, and purple glitters, but there's different sizes of hexes, there's squares, there's big ones, small ones, just lots of different kinds. So I kind of use this as my inspiration and I use this as my accent. And then I use the polka dots in colors that match the glitter. So the three colors that I used were also part of the Bonita Halloween Witch's Ball, I think is what it was called. So there's like a pumpkin-y orange here called Cocktails and Carving with gorgeous silver shimmer in it. And then we also have a purple called Lacquer Treats, which is just kind of like your mid-tone purple. Also with lots of gorgeous silver shimmer, and the shimmer comes through so nicely on these polishes. And we got Eat, Drink, and Be Scary, which is black, but it's not, because of the silver shimmer, it kind of makes it more like, I would say more of like a really dark charcoal kind of color. But then even so, when you apply this, it almost kind of has blue undertones to it, and you can kind of see it in the bottle. The silver kind of gives it some like blue undertones. I really think this is a unique color because it has those blue undertones, or at least it looks like it does. So I thought that was really cool. I really was not happy with this mani at first. When I first had it on, I hated it. But then the more I wore it, and now like looking at the picture, it kind of grew on me and I actually really like the mani. The next mani that I did was a splatter, a Halloween splatter mani, and it's one that I actually did a tutorial on. So I will link that video down below also in case you missed it. But it's just like a normal splatter mani tutorial, just using Halloween colors. So I just used OPI's Alpine Snow on all of my nails as my base, and then you'll see on an accent nail, I just used a Haunted House nail tattoo from Kiss. The Kiss was the brand. I got it at Walgreens. So I started my splatter first using SinfulColors Citrine. This is a color that's not always available. It's not like in their core line, but it does come out during Halloween time and like, just certain different holidays. So just keep your eye out for this. It's a really pretty orange. It's kind of like, it's hard to explain. It's a really bright orange. It's a mid-tone orange that's really bright. And then I also used OPI, do you have this color in Stock-holm, as my purple. Like right now when I'm looking in the viewfinder, it looks super blue. I don't know if that's how it's going to look, but this is not a blue polish at all. It's a very nice, bright, royal purple, which is why I like this polish. It's definitely a darker purple, but it's a bright, darker purple, and I love it when they do colors like that because you can still get such a nice saturated color without it looking black. So really pretty. And then the green that I used is from Color Club, and this is called The Lime Starts Here. And this is how it looks. It's a nice neon lime green. It is a little sheer. So in the splatter it shows a little sheer, but it wasn't like awfully sheer, but probably not the best one to use for splatters. And then I also use black, just OPI's Black Onyx, but you know, it's just a black cream. The next mani was a complete and total fail. I really wanted to do a crackle mani for Halloween because I feel like it's the only time of year you can get away with crackle manis. Any other time, I'm not happy with them. I don't like them, and they're not a cute manicure in my opinion. So I wanted to do a crackle, and I wanted to use purple and green with it, and it turned out kind of Christmassy, and it just doesn't look good at all. I don't like it. It just wasn't a good color combination. I think if I had used a black crackle instead of the silver crackle, it probably would have looked a lot more Halloween. But I didn't like putting the black on top because since my base colors were darker, I was afraid that there wasn't going to be enough of a contrast. But whatever, I don't know. I should have just done black anyway, even if it wasn't much of a contrast, because it doesn't look good. So the base colors that I used were this green and purple from Finger Paints. I used Ball Gown Glamour. This is from their fall collection, just a nice kind of royal green with some shimmer. And then the purple has shimmer as well. This is called Dance Till Dawn, and this is just kind of like a royal purple shade. Then the crackle I used on top was a China Glaze crackle called Platinum Pieces, just a silver crackle. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I should have just used black, and I think it would have looked a lot better. I don't know what I was thinking. My next mani, I wanted to really use China Glaze's Glitter Goblin, and so I was like, okay, what can I use with this to have a mani? I really feel like this is a must-have from China Glaze. If you do not have this polish, you need to go buy it. It's not a complicated polish, it's just a micro glitter topper with orange and holographic glitters. That's all it is. Nothing like super amazing. It's like, it's so basic. Like, it's not even, I don't know why. I mean, I love this polish and I think it's amazing, but it's so basic at the same time. So I don't know, but it's gorgeous. So I decided to do a jelly sandwich with this and kind of, you know, jazz it up and add some different things. So what I did is on my pointer and pinky, I used one of my no-name Bonitas. This is like just another deeper purple with shimmer. I use a lot of purples with shimmer this month, I'm noticing. I don't know, it's just what I picked. A lot of purples with shimmer. But anyway, this one doesn't have a name. This is in the 6-piece set that I got from Kmart. But I use this on 2 of my fingers, and then I just put Glitter Goblin on top of it. So I thought that was a nice pair. And then on my other 2 fingers, I used Cursed. Yeah, Cursed from Wet n Wild Wild Shine. This was a limited edition in, I can't remember which collection it was. I think it was spring of this year, maybe. I could be wrong. Anyway, this is an orange jelly, and it's amazing. It's awesome. It's an opaque jelly though, so you can get it opaque on its own. But I feel like orange jellies are really difficult to find, so for Wet n Wild to come out with that, props to them, I think, because it's a really good formula, really awesome polish. So, on my ring finger, I did a jelly sandwich with this and with Glitter Goblin. And then on my middle finger, I just used this, and then I put a bat tattoo on top of it. So I thought it was cute, a little bit different for a Halloween mani. The next mani that I did while Hannah was in town, and she brought some of her Halloween stamping plates. So I had to try some stamping for Halloween. So I just kind of came up with some randomness. It was kind of whatever. But it's what I did. I kind of wanted to make it kind of witches theme, so I found some of her witches stamping plates and used those. So the colors I used, The orange is Orange Knockout from China Glaze, which is a really bright neon orange. It kind of goes with it, but at the same time I feel like it doesn't. I probably should have picked a different orange, but this looked fun to use, so I tried it. The purple was Wet n Wild Mega Last, Trippin on the Boardwalk. This was limited edition, hence the white cap from the summertime. So this is just a nice lighter purple shade. It's still purple, it's not lavender, but it's a lighter, kind of a lighter mid-tone purple. And then the green I used, I really like this color a lot. This is from NYC, and this is Highline Green. And it's just like the perfect Halloween green to me. Like, when I think of Halloween green, like, this is like the color I picture. So it's not super dark. It's kind of like a grass green, but it has a little bit more yellow in it. So really cool. And then the glitter that I used was from SinfulColors, and this is Mystery Moonshine. This was kind of one of their Halloween glitters, and it's a shard glitter with kind of a coppery orange, black, green, and purple. So I thought it fit perfectly with what I was doing for the mani because it had all the colors in it. I have no idea what the stamping plates were, again, because they were Hannah's and she took them and now I don't know what they are. And then the last mani that I did for the month, I really think was my favorite mani of the entire month. It was Halloween and it was pretty and it was I just really liked it. So the base color that I used was a green holographic, like the most amazing green ever. Like, I'm in love with this polish. Like, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how much I'm in love with this polish. It's called Gemini Rising. It's from Colors by Llarowe. Oh, it's just, I have no words. I have no words. It's absolutely gorgeously stunning. The hollow in this thing is out of this world. Once you take this in the sunshine, oh my gosh, even when you're not in the sunshine, but once you're outside, oh, it's so pretty. I just can't. I just have to stop. So after I use that as my base, I put on quick dry top coat, and then I used tape, and I came in with purple. This is Grape Pop from China Glaze. Just a nice deeper purple cream. And I, you know, as you can see from the design that I did, I just kind of did like a color block kind of thing. So I painted that purple. Then I used more quick dry top coat on top of that, let that dry, and then I came in with black. And I just used OPI's Black Onyx for that again, just a black cream. And then I came in and I used some really small dots on a dotting tool, and just on the black part I put some orange dots in. And the orange I used was Stoked to be Soaked from China Glaze. This was the orange from their summer collection. So I just used this on the tip where the black was. I don't know what it was about this mani that just makes me go, oh, it's so beautiful. Maybe it's just because I used the Gemini Rising as my base. This was the star of the mani for sure. But just having that nice hollow with like some creams on top, I just thought it was super amazing. I do have one more mani to share with you. I technically did this on November 1st, but it was for a Halloween party, so I'm going to include it for October. And a lot of you probably saw this on Instagram, but my husband went as like a rocker, like an old man rocker kind of guy for Halloween. He let me paint his nails for Halloween. He wanted to have his nails painted, and all he told me was he wanted sparkly black, and I said, I've got something right up your alley. That'll look good. So I used a Zoya Storm on all his nails, and you know, that's a nice black scattered holographic polish. And then on top of that, to give it even more sparkle, I used China Glaze Fairy Dust, because how can someone say sparkly black and you don't put a nice topper like this on it? You just gotta put as much sparkle as you can. So I just put this on top of it, and that's all I did. You know, it's kind of hard to tell. At first I didn't know if you're gonna be able to tell, but when you put swatches side by side, holy cow, you can see a lot more sparkle once you have this one on. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Remember, my Instagram and all that fun stuff is listed down below for you. And until next time, peace, love, and polish. Bye!